Hey guys, what's up? We're going to take a look at a piece we haven't looked at since last March. This is the Pioneer DJM-5000. Now this is a really nice 19-inch rack mountable mixer. It's got all the goodies that you're going to want. It's got balanced outputs on both the line and the zone. It has several inputs. It's got a built-in sound maximizer, effects on the microphones, and 3 microphones by the way. It's MIDI mappable. There are 61 different buttons and knobs and levers and things on here that you can map if you know how to MIDI map, which is another video. But the really cool feature of this mixer is that it has a built-in sound card. In fact, you can run 3 stereo lines off of this thing. But the problem has been, for me anyway, is that I don't run a Mac, which it runs beautiful with. And I don't run a PC with a 32-bit OS, which is all you've been able to do with this machine. Until now, they just released, well, recently, in the last couple months, they released a 64-bit driver, so you can go ahead and utilize the sound card bit for those of you who have 64-bit PCs. And most of us do. Nobody's running 32-bit anymore. So I've got an i5 64-bit Windows 7 machine. I thought I'd go ahead and install the software and see how this thing works. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is go to this website. You can check out the link to this website in the description of this video. It's a pioneer.jp web address, so Pioneer Japan. Find your OS. Ours is Windows. Click download. This pops up, hit run, and let it run. It's real self-explanatory. What you don't want to do is have your Pioneer DJM-5000 plugged in when you try to do this, because it'll tell you just to unplug it. But you just kind of go through the process like you would with any other driver. Real simple, nothing too hard going on here. It'll ask you a few stupid questions like, do you want it in English? Yeah, you always agree to this stuff, of course. Nothing else is open. It's going to install, yeah, install this driver anyway. It might even give you a little message that says this right here: DJM-5000 not responding. Don't worry about it. And this might hang there for a minute. Okay, says it's complete. You hit finish. Your driver is installed. So now the next step is to go ahead and plug in the 5000. And if you take a look at the back of your mixer, there's all kinds of stuff here. Right here you'll notice it's USB. That is where you plug in a regular old USB cable, and you plug the other end into your computer, this end right here. Now that the USB is hooked up, the only thing I have to do is power up the mixer and it'll install the driver, the mixer driver. Check this out. Right there it tells you it's installing driver device software. Bam, it's ready to use. It's just that easy. Now let's go ahead and test it out. Before we open any music programs, let's make sure a few things are done on the mixing board. There's a switch here that says MIDI on and off. Make sure that's turned on. On channel faders 2 and 3, there are a couple options here for crossfaders. Let's put fader 2 on A position for crossfader and fader 3 on B position, because these are the two you're going to be working with the first program we're going to be opening. Now at the top there are switches that you can switch between CD and line and USB. Switch them all to USB on faders 2, 3, and 4. We'll get to 4 a little later on. So let's go ahead and open up Virtual DJ and see what happens. Virtual DJ 7, the first thing I want to do is go to Config. I want my output to be external mixer, and I want my sound card to be ASIO. There's a drop down menu right here. You select Pioneer DJM-5000 ASIO and hit apply and OK. So let's go ahead and put a tune on and see what happens. Any tune, it doesn't really matter. We will press play, and bam, there we go. And if you look down here, it's coming through channel 2, line 2 of the 5000. Now, let's put a tune in deck B and press play. Move the crossfader over, and it's coming through channel 3. See, there's the volume for it, and the whole bit. You may remember that we flicked line 4 as well to USB. What's that all about? That's USB channels 5 and 6 stereo. What that's about is something called DirectX, which is kind of the old school sound card stuff. If I open up Mixmeister Pro 6, which most of you know is a very old program, doesn't support the ASIO stuff, but it does support the DirectX. So I can select right here, line, Pioneer, DJM-5000, click OK, press play, just a rocket tune, and voila, there it is, on our Fader 4. That'll come in handy for me. Pretty cool, huh? If you want to know more about this mixer, if I need to get into mapping and stuff, which I'm not real good at, but with my friends on Facebook and Skype, they can walk me through it. I can learn it, you can learn it together. Just let me know. If you're interested in doing that, I will do it. But there you have it. 64-bit compatible now with the Pioneer DJM-5000. Practice and enjoy.